In the summer of 2020, the pandemic forced me to move back stateside after having lived in Asia for the past couple of years. And as I was getting sort of resituated here in the States, Bethany Community Church in Seattle is one that I was last attending when I was living in Seattle. And so it must have been the first or second streamed service where I, as part of the housekeeping call to action, Jonathan, who fast forward ends up being one of the mentors that I work most closely with, just shared that YouthWise Mentoring was looking for additional mentors. So it must have been August or so in 2020 when I first heard about the opportunity. After a few meetings with Greg and some others, by November of 2020, I was plugged in. A coaching session really is quite simple. How it starts, I should say, is by planning a month out, recognizing that these mentors are young professionals who have busy lives. So I try to give as much heads up as possible, send out calendar options, which turn into invites. We try to give ourselves 45 minutes to an hour to come together. It's a combination of prayer, sharing our recent mentor-mentee outings, our experiences. If from that we can share some best practices, potentially engage in some conversation and sharing our challenges, our wins. The goal really is to share in a peer group and try to share best practices that others can benefit from. One thing for me as a coach, I don't have that direct access to the young kids, the mentees. So I'm heavily relying on the stories that come from the mentors of their weekly outings, their weekly challenges, their highs, their lows. And it's as simple and it's as hard as relationships. So these young children are going through a lot in their own daily lives, and the mentors are just hoping to be a constant figure within that life of the child. And so for the help to be made available to the mentors, for the mentors to be able to consistently show up with the children, I think it all matters at the end of the day. And hopefully when we do it with a certain consistency, with a certain level of care, at the end of the year, when we look back, the outcome hopefully would be greater than where we started. For anyone out there that is considering getting involved, either through your time or through your means, resources, I'd encourage you to do it. There's no better time than now. There are so many children out there that just need our help. And one way that I've been able to get involved is at the coaching level. So while I don't have a direct relationship with the children in need, I am building a relationship with the mentors, these professionals, these young professionals that are sacrificing their own time, potentially our greatest resource, to just be present in these kids' lives. YouthWise Mentoring is obviously not the only opportunity that exists out there, but it is certainly one that in my year of being involved, I've seen have an incredibly positive impact on young people's lives. And so again, for anyone considering getting involved, YouthWise Mentoring is a great opportunity, and I would say no better time than now.